Islam. Rami Salam El. Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be drawing a connection between the Moors and the Atlanteans. And first we're going to be reading the 102 Koran questions for Moorish children. And this is coming from the amazing Noble Doreal Exhuming of a Nation book through Sheik Elihu, Pleasant-Bey. Amazing book, well worth it. If you can afford it, check it out. And I wanted to read one specific question before I get into the science, so they can tie it all together. All right, here it is, right here. Question 19. What kind of flag is the Moorish? It is a red flag with a 5-pointed green star in the center. What do the 5 points represent? Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And how old is our flag? 50,000 years old. 50,000 years old. Keep that number in mind, alright? Now I'm going to take you to the Holy Quran, Circle 7. And I'm going to read... Yes, I'm going to read from chapter 10, which is entitled Yahshua Spake on the Unity of Allah and Man to the Hindus. And I'm going to be reading from line 17. The nations of the earth see Allah from different points of view, and so he does not seem the same to everyone. Man names the part of Allah he sees, and this to him is all of Allah. Every nation sees a part of Allah, and every nation has a name for Allah. You Brahmins call him Parabrahm. In Egypt he is Thoth, and Zeus is his name in Greece. Jehovah is his Hebrew name, but everywhere he is the causeless cause, the rootless root from which all things have grown. In Egypt he is Thoth. Now, before I even got into the Moorish information, I have been studying just all different sorts of spirituality, ancient information, anything I can get my hands on to try to get some more knowledge, get a better understanding of what was going on in this world. And I came across this here, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean. Right? Amazing piece of work. I'm going to read to you just the preface. The history of the tablets translated in the following pages is strange and beyond the belief of modern scientists. Their antiquity is stupendous, dating back some 36,000 years BC. The writer is Thoth, the Atlantean priest-king who founded a colony in ancient Egypt after the sinking of the mother country. He was the builder of the Great Pyramid of Giza, erroneously attributed to Cheops. See The Great Pyramid by Doreal. In it, he incorporated his knowledge of the ancient wisdom and also securely secreted records and instruments of ancient Atlantis. For some 16,000 years, he ruled the ancient race of Egypt, from approximately 50,000 BC to 36,000 BC. At that time, the ancient barbarous race, among which he and his followers had settled, had been raised to a high degree of civilization. Thoth was an immortal. That is, he had conquered death, passing only when he willed, and even then not through death. His vast wisdom made him ruler over the various Atlantean colonies, including the ones in South and Central America. Let me continue reading. When the time came for him to leave Egypt, he erected the Great Pyramid over the entrance to the great halls of Amenti, placed in it his records, and appointed guards for his secrets from among the highest of his people. In later times, the descendants of these gods became the pyramid priests, while Thoth was deified as the god of wisdom, the recorder, by those in the age of darkness which followed his passing. In legend, the halls of Amenti became the underworld, the halls of the gods, where the soul passed after death for judgment. During later ages, the ego of Thoth passed into the bodies of man in the manner described in the tablets. As such, he incarnated 3 times, in his last being known as Hermes, the thrice born. Greece. In this incarnation, he left the writings known to modern occultists as the Emerald Tablets, a later and far lesser exposition of the ancient mysteries. The tablets translated in this work are 10, which were left in the Great Pyramid in the custody of the pyramid priests. The 10 are divided into 13 parts for the sake of convenience. The last 2 are so great and far-reaching in their import that at present it is forbidden to release them to the world at large. However, in those contained herein are secrets which will prove inestimable value to the serious student. They should be read not once, but 100 times, for only thus can the true meaning be revealed. A casual reading will give glimpses of beauty, but more intensive study will open avenues of wisdom to the seeker. I gotta pause right here, because I got this book over a year and a half ago, maybe, just about. And I didn't even understand how deep it was. Just now, as I'm reading it back, I'm just seeing all the doors opening up. It's truly amazing. But now, let me continue. But now a word as to how these mighty secrets came to be revealed to modern man after being hidden so long. Some 1300 years BC, Egypt, the ancient Kim, was in turmoil, and many delegations of priests were sent to other parts of the world. Among these were some of the pyramid priests who carried with them emerald tablets as a talisman by which they could exercise authority over the less advanced priestcraft of races descended from other Atlantean colonies. The tablets were understood from legend to give the bearer authority from Thoth. The particular group of priests bearing the tablets immigrated to South America, where they found a flourishing race, the Mayas, who remembered much of the ancient wisdom. Among these, the priests settled and remained. In the 10th century, the Mayas had thoroughly settled the Yucatan, and the tablets were placed beneath the altar of one of the great temples of the sun god. After the conquest of the Mayas by the Spaniards, the cities were abandoned and the treasures of the temples forgotten. It should be understood that the Great Pyramid of Egypt has been and still is a temple of initiation into the mysteries. Jesus, Solomon, Apollonius, and others were initiated there. The writer, who has a connection with the Great White Lodge, which also works through the pyramid priesthood, was instructed to recover and return to the Great Pyramid, the ancient tablets. This, after adventures which need not be detailed here, was accomplished. Before returning them, he was given permission to translate and retain a copy of the wisdom engraved on the tablets. This was done in 1925, and only now has permission been given for part to be published. It is expected that many will scoff, yet the true student will read between the lines and gain wisdom. If the light is in you, the light which is engraved in these tablets will respond. Doreal, Thoth, Moorish Americans, Egypt, Kim, Atlantean, Sumerian, Egyptian tablets, Moabite stone. That's all, folks. And last but not least, the Exhuming of a Nation.